3 skin devices that as a skincare nerd, I cannot live without. These are very unique, and as an esthetician, I'm someone who is a little bit more curious about my products, whether or not they work and how they work on my skin. But these are 3 devices that I've found and like collected and added to my life throughout the years that now that I have them, I really can't go back. And this isn't something that like everyone needs. Like, you don't need a skin pH tester or a hydrometer or a mirror that literally shows you the UV protection of your sunscreen, but these are really fun and they are things that have enhanced my life that I honestly can't go without. And I travel with these, which is why like this mirror is broken, but I hope that's not like 7 years of bad luck. I'm not superstitious, so the answer is no, but let me share these with you because they have transformed things for me. This right here is a UV mirror. This is a mirror that shows you the UV protection that's on your skin. It's actually really hard to film with, and I've tried to film with it before, but essentially this shows you where you've put your sunscreen on and if you've put it on enough. It has one side that's a regular mirror and then this other one that's a UV mirror. And when you actually put sunscreen on, you can literally see whether or not you missed a spot. This is really important, and as an esthetician, I always see people who forget certain areas of sunscreen, literally like right above their lip, below their nose, definitely right in between the eyebrows, of course on the ears, and yes, the neck and the chest. And I've found that even for myself, just when applying a new sunscreen, I can actually see how thick the sunscreen is or if I'm applying it correctly. There's the other thing of stick sunscreens. Some people say that stick sunscreens aren't as efficacious as regular sunscreens, but with the use of this, I can use my favorite stick sunscreens as a base, whereas normally it's better to put on a liquid sunscreen because it goes all over and then a stick sunscreen to touch up. But I absolutely love this. This was like $60, worth every single penny. I got this off of Amazon. There are multiple other UV cameras out there. When I was originally looking for them, they were like $300. You could also get like a DSLR camera and literally make it into a UV camera. That's still something I'm interested in doing, but I was told that I would have to like modify it and like modify a lens and it would be like $1,000. So I was like, no. And over time, I eventually found this little doohickey. I absolutely love this. I brought it to the beach. It travels with me. I don't use it every single day, but especially if I'm testing a new sunscreen or if I'm using a sunscreen stick, that's when this comes out. The brand is Fenchillin, but then it has a cat. I don't know. This was the least expensive one that still worked for me. Again, I got it off of Amazon, which is why I love it, but there are probably others out there that you could use, you know, as long as they actually work and show you the UV quality of your products. This has been monumental for me, and for anyone who's a sunscreen lover or a skincare lover, I would recommend this, especially because you can see when your sunscreen is wearing off throughout the day. Like, I can pop this out and when I'm applying lipstick, like noon, and I can see with a new sunscreen that I've been testing, is this sunscreen like really holding up or is it starting to get patchy? And that really tells me whether or not I should reapply. And then it's just really fun to use. And every time I bring it out, everyone that I'm with, friends, even derms, estheticians, everyone's like, what is that? Where do I get one? And I don't know, I have a lot of fun educating people around it. So Fenchillin. I love this one. This next one is also very niche and most people don't need this, but I absolutely love this. So I was first introduced to these. This is basically a skin pH testing meter way back in aesthetics school and when working with doctors and derms. This is something that basically tests the pH of different items or the skin. So it works on the skin as well as just like you can swirl it into a product. Now, while this is fantastic, again, it's very clinical and very niche. And then in, I think it was 2022, I found out about this in Singapore. Now, what I love about both of these is that they are slightly different. This measures pH and this measures the hydration or the moisture of skin. And this one actually syncs to an app that you have. But I fell in love with both of these. And especially when I am testing new products or when I'm traveling to a new situation or like a new climate, I use these to see how my skin is holding up. Literally, when testing different products, I love to see if an acid is truly an acid. How well is it working or is it too potent? Or if a cleanser or a mild soap is way too basic, I can actually test the product with this. And then once I actually wash it on my face and finish my routine, I can check the pH change in my skin. Remember, pH stands for power of hydrogen or potential hydrogen. And it basically measures how acidic or basic something is. Absolutely love doing this. And then this is a hydrometer. Basically, it measures the hydration levels inside of your skin. And you can have very, very oily looking skin that's like oily to the touch, but it's dehydrated deep down. I've tested this on airplanes multiple times and I've actually shown it. And as an esthetician, I'm really good at telling how hydrated someone is versus how oily they are on other people and myself because that's what I do. do. But this actually shows hydration levels on different areas of the skin. It actually quantifies that. This little thing right here, you just kind of put it in. Once you turn it on and sync it to the app, it tells you how hydrated you are. And then this right here is supposed to be like an LED benefit. I personally haven't found a lot of benefit. I feel like that LED is like pretty small and I have to rub it around my face. If I'm going to use something this small, I might as well use the SolaWave because the SolaWave is a little bit easier to travel with. Or I might as well just use a full face mask, which is where I feel like I get the most bang for my buck. I get the most out of my money with the full LED face masks. But this little one, it has the LED benefits. Why not? But I do use this when testing the moisture levels of my skin, which I absolutely love. This is from Skin Inc. It's very advanced. Again, I got this in Singapore. They really are cutting edge when it comes to skincare and device technology. And there are some like super professional skin hydrometers basically that test the hydration levels of skin. Those are like $10,000. And those have been used in chemistry labs that I've been in and that I've seen and that I've used. I, however, don't have my own. I do work in a clinic that has one, which is really awesome, as well as one of those Vizia skin analysis things, which are really cool. But I can't like take those home and those aren't things that I can travel with. So for me, again, it's nerdy, it's kind of dumb, but like I freaking love these two things. This was cheaper. You can get this online. This is, I think, like $150. It's a little expensive. I almost wish they took out the LED function because I don't really use that. Like take out the LED and just give me the Hydrometer or the Hydrometer and just show me the moisture level of my skin and charge me less for it. But yeah, I do absolutely love these guys. And then this last one, I feel like this is like both the most niche and the most practical. Like I feel like anyone could use and appreciate this, even if you're not a skincare nerd. But in order to use this for skin applications, you need to be kind of nerdy. This is basically a temperature and humidity and barometer for your home. And I have a bunch of these. I put them in the bathroom versus like the bedroom. And then I have one when I travel. And this basically tells me the ambient temperature as well as the humidity. So what is the humidity, you know, when I take a shower versus once the steam has cooled off, right? What is the humidity that I sleep with at night? What is the temperature? And I'm actually able to track my skin, again, by using data from both of these devices. I can say, oh, wow, my skin wakes up feeling way more refreshed when the humidity is above 60, right? Because ambient humidity, again, right here, it's 64 and it's 71 degrees in this room. But my skin tends to do better when there's a little bit more humidity in the room. Or my curls, oh my gosh, my curls, especially when the humidity is over 90, my curls love it. But my hair, even though it's naturally curly and it naturally looks like this, I smooth it out because I've always done that. And I grew up watching Victoria's Secret runway shows and feeling like this is what the pretty girls wore. And I just wish that I were pretty and trying to, you know, cover my acne with makeup and style my hair was my way of trying to assimilate to that. So all of that emotional baggage aside, my hair, if it gets above like 70% humidity, my hair frizzes up insanely. It's already frizzing up a little bit and it's just 63 right now. But the humidity really impacts both my hair and my skin. And every single day that'll change. When I'm in a bathroom versus a bedroom, it'll change. But especially when traveling like hotel rooms, or if you're in dry, arid, sunny Los Angeles versus the very cold, frigid, snowy mountains of Colorado versus the humid, you know, blistering, wet air of Florida, those are totally different experiences. And being able to actually track all of these data points and then see how my skin is adjusting accordingly, oh my gosh, or how my products work differently in different temperatures and humidities. My moisturizer works completely differently in humid Florida versus dry Los Angeles, even if it's the same 80 degrees. It's crazy. And just being able to track that and look at that data is something that really, I know it's stupid or like it's nerdy, but it allows me to nerd out about my beauty routines and understand my products and my skin and my biology better. And again, the reason I say that almost anyone can use this is because anyone can use a temperature thing. I literally keep one of these by my bedside table. And when I do and don't use a humidifier, I can check how, you know, I slept at night. And this little ring measures my sleep and my heart rate. And I can see if I sleep better with or without a humidifier or with ambient noise, whatever. I feel like anyone could use this, but just in general, it's good to use. Whereas if you actually want to use this for a beauty application, you really need to track what you're doing, what you're using in relation to the ambient temperature and humidity, or compare the data from this to your subjective experience using a product, and then check your skin hydration level, check your pH level, you know, and even sunscreen. I found that sunscreen formulas can sit differently on my skin depending on what temperature and humidity I'm in. But these are nerdy little gadgets. I guess it's technically 4, not 3. It kind of changed my life for the better. And am I a little tech nerd? Yes. For those who don't know, I am a San Francisco Francisco Bay Area girl. Like Silicon Valley is literally in my blood. This is where I was born. I cannot get away from it. I have a certificate in data science. Fun fact for those who don't know, now you know. I love this stuff. So nerdy little me is exposing that to you. I hope that you enjoy. I know there's going to be some assholes who, you know, because I was teased for being a nerd as a kid. I was teased for liking science class, and I actually was a teacher's pet, but I got student of the month. I got awards in science class and kids teased me for it. So even though I've learned to embrace my nerdiness, sometimes it's still a little hard for me. So some commenters are going to be assholes. You can go search for them at the bottom, but for everyone else and for you, thank you for hearing me out. And I'd love to know, is there another skincare device that you're obsessed with that I have not featured here? Leave it in the comments so that I could look into it more if there's something else that you feel I need to know or try or would like, because these stupid little things, I've beaten them up, I've carried them all over, but I have used and unfortunately accidentally abused them because I freaking love them and they really do change my life for the better now that I have these. I can't skincare without them, okay? And part of my job is literally testing and reviewing products. This is all what I do as part of my living. So like, this isn't going to be practical for everyone, but for those who are just as curious or nerdy as me, these are the things I love. And now you know. Overall, always remember to stay hydrated, both orally and topically. And again, this is how I often check. Always make sure that you reapply that SPF. I use this to make sure that I didn't miss a spot. And most importantly, regardless of if you use tools or devices or not, just remember to be beautiful both inside and out. I love you, and I cannot wait to see you in this next video. Love you guys. Bye.